Hello grapplers and welcome to a new episode. Yeah, you're not seeing my face now, I'm just a pair of hands. For free? This is something I think Andoru asked for. So I want to talk a little bit about Leverless and Sangi. That's why I have one of my Leverless over here. And I will use this other one, the T16. This is the G16, just to showcase things you need to start doing with Sangi. The most important thing with Leverless and the thing that you're gonna benefit the most of just by using this controller is how easy it is to not have missed inputs. The controller is very easy to control all of your 4 directions here. I have the jump here. It's very hard to get a miss input. You will be always in control of Sangi, and that is fantastic, especially if you want to, for example, go for something like this, walk back. You will not have a down back because you're directly pressing back. You can technically do it if you swipe the SPDs, you can technically get them. However, the 720 is another story. You're gonna get there, but it's very difficult to get the 720. Even if you try to do it correctly, you're sometimes just not gonna get it. You see that I still can get the freaking super level 3. There we go. Very difficult, especially on this controller, because you cannot swipe here, because you see that they are not the easiest to control if you want to just swipe. Sometimes you can get stuck in between buttons like this, and that will be no bueno. Have to get used to pianoing your super level 3, and that sometimes can trigger a regular SPD. But if you do it fast enough, you should be able to get super level 3, but it's not easy. It's not easy. That is maybe the biggest issue. Now, doing the SPDs over here, the tech I feel is the easiest one if you want to piano your SPDs, is just to press back or forward, down, forward, and up. Because if you do it like this, sometimes you don't get the down back, and that is gonna be an issue. So in order to minimize that, you can just press once, either back or forward, and then, you see this? I'm just pressing back, letting go back, down, forward like this, up, and I still get the SPD. This is very important, and this is obviously not swiping. You're pianoing your SPDs with this controller. We're gonna take a look at the other one in a few seconds. You can do them from the other side also very easily. Why I like this? Because you can get used to the drive rush and press basically back during the drive rush and get the SPD. So that's why I prefer this method on this controller specifically. The air SPD, the burst dynamite, you can still do the same input like that. However, for that specific one, I usually go for the full HCF, half circle forward. Now, the good stuff. Let's get immediately into the good stuff. There are 2 ways of getting the super level 1 and super level 2 very fast. The one that most people do is just hold down like this and press forward and up at the same time, like this. You'll see if I do that with kick, I have my kick over here. I get a really stupidly fast super level 1. The same thing with super level 2. You can also do the pianoing method, which is also very fast. You just hold down, and instead of pressing them at the same time like this, you just press them one after the other. And you will still get the super level 2 or super level 1. Now there's a third method I haven't really used. You can technically hold forwards, I feel. Hold down and get the super level 2 while walking forwards. I've never done this. I don't think it works that often. You're free to try. How the hell do I get health stab into super level 1 or super level 2? Because that could be an issue. This is how you do it. You do down, down forward, medium punch up, and then another down forward. Like that, like UCF basically. So you do it like this. I don't press up the next time because it's not necessary. I just do it like this. So that's basically it. You're just pianoing after the health stab. So you hit the health stab, and then you're gonna get it. Where are my hands? Yeah. Getting that input is not easy the first time, especially from the other side, because if you don't have enough strength on your other fingers, it's gonna be kind of difficult. But you can definitely get it should you practice enough. For me, after playing so much on stick, pad, and Leverless, I think I prefer the pad for the DF ECF motion, but that's just me. This freaking thing is very, very difficult, especially after something like a drive rush. Doing that is absolutely not easy, and you do have to practice your inputs with this type of controller. But what about if we change this to something like this, which I feel is more common. This is the T16 And this one, well, the buttons are slimmer. It's very easy for you to just, well, swipe your SPDs. So in this case, with this type of controller, you can just swipe like this. Let's say you want to do light SPD. That's the easiest version, the easiest way of doing it. This also applies to Burst Dynamite. It's just extremely simple, and you can do them from this side, from the other side if you want. So very simple, and you can technically apply this for super level 3. Some people have told me they like to do a full swipe from one side to the other and then up, something like that. But for me, it just doesn't work. At least doesn't work consistently. I just prefer to swipe to the same side twice and then get the super. There we go. If I had to swipe the super level 3. But that's just me. You can do whatever you want. As long as you swipe very fast, you should be able to get the super level 3. And this is very simple. The thing is with swiping is the SPD comes out so stupidly fast. So you can do it in situations where basically the SPD doesn't show like you want to do the SPD. Walking forwards. That's just insanely fast for SPD. It's basically the same input. If you had the speed on your fingers, you can just do the QCF very fast without the input, the up input. That's basically the most important thing with Zangief on Leverless. Everything else is just, well, mostly the same. You have a lot of control on your character. You have to get used to SPDs very fast. Remember, you have to punish 5 frames with SPDs, so you have to get used to this. Not only in the neutral, but also when you're blocking. Same with the piano input. Now, from a stick to Leverless, which is the most difficult thing in getting used to? In my opinion, up. This is the most difficult thing to understand. Because on your stick, you just press, well, up, boom, boom, and your character jumps. That's not the case here, so getting used to the jump pins is probably something I would recommend doing drills for. As you know, drills are not a thing I usually recommend, but for you to getting used to having the muscle memory to understand this, right here is your freaking jump. You have to understand, you have to practice. Now everything else remains mostly the same. Super level 3 is such an integral part of Zangief, especially this season. You can even play without super level 1 and 2, but you need super level 3. That's jumping. If you come from stick, jump or pad, jumping and super level 3 are your priority. Work on them as much as you can, because you will need to do those. You will understand to move it like this, especially if you played an instrument, a musical instrument, or you played FPS games on PC. You might get used to having the strength for all your 3 buttons, your three fingers over here, so that's gonna be very simple. In terms of which Leverless should you get, I have zero preference. I have only used these 2, so I don't know about the buttons that are not, well, mechanical. This one has mechanical switches, the other one too. I know the actual hitbox has Sangwa buttons, which could be interesting for swiping, I guess. I haven't really tried those. Thank you as always for being here. Remember to subscribe to the Siberia Lab on Twitch and here. If you really like this content, please subscribe, please follow the channels, and as always, take care of yourselves, keep playing grapplers, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember to hydrate and sleep well. Bye bye, take care. So how do I do this? Like this. Bye bye.